Here we go, Ireon. 10 plus 5. E4 and resigns. E5. Here we go. Immediately into 2 knights. D5 will be played. And he'll really need to... Ooh, interesting. Fried liver. Maybe he's been prepping this for this special occasion. There's a pin, another attacker. You can do that. Also, I think just castling here is fine for me. I think this is one of the most difficult situations for black, where black needs to hold on. And I think the crucial move is d4. Forgetting about the spin and everything and focusing the attention on the exposed king. You can always try boxing in the king with a queen from h3. Making sure this king doesn't somehow find safety. So this is compensation for the piece. I mean, an immediate active rook on the king, that's good enough. You can go for material, but I think that's just terrible. After taking this pawn, I'm not sure what I'll do, but okay, I can back off for now. I can throw in this check. Then queen here. This line can get very complicated. How many attackers that he left one of his attackers behind? So check. That's not enough. Maybe queen e2. Queen check, queen f4. Let's go queen e2. There will be something in due course. He won't be escaping with the extra piece. He'll definitely not be running away with one of these bad boys. One of them will at least be coming back. If it's in the form of a checkmate or whatnot, we'll only see in time. Only time will tell. Yeah, so Ireon's having a think. I really need to do some justice to this lifetime score. I think it all went wrong roundabout here when I may or may not have been too tired on the bus ride home from USA's. Decided to play against Mark on Ireon's account. Then I started playing again. But actually, I lost the last couple of games. Rapid games. So I need to be wary. This is 10 plus 5, so there's no chance of any flagging really. But a damn interesting position. Glad to have the white side. Okay, bishop d6. Okay, so to my eye, knight e4 looks fun, but I'm not sure if it manages that much. Also, I have f4, which is pretty nasty, considering the fact that the pawn and the knight are both pinned. I think I'm just going to play it. I'm not going to overthink. I'll just play it because it's pretty aesthetic. Threatening to win back material. But I'm also not sure if I really want to close the center. So if I capture, it might also help black. Not too sure. But it's a weird looking move. f4. Kabam in the middle of the board. The point is just that queen can't take, knight can't take, nothing can really take. That's also pretty clever. So if he wants to trade, and after rook takes, it all ends with a check, or maybe king takes, and then he's got a tempo to move away his bishop. So I can always take with this pawn though. I don't think he considered that. I think I'm just going to do that. It's pretty simple. Then he's got this check. I'll move my king. The good news is this king is still boxed in. I've still got a move to make because the queen is under fire. And that move still looks like knight e4. Putting some pressure and also trying to get in knight g4. Creating less squares for the black king. Also, does he want to be funny maybe? Go bishop takes. I don't know. I can win back. Oh, he wants to be funny. Oh, okay. So how am I going to do this? Pawn takes, he's just wanting to trade. And this is a strange position. So his point is actually pretty simple. If I go pawn takes, he's going to trade. After queen takes and rook takes and maybe king takes to hold on to this pin. Then he can recapture the pawn even with his king and will be equal in material, or he can go for this pawn. Material's pretty equal. His position's still not that great, but I think it's a lot better than it's currently. So I don't know if I want to go walk that route just yet. So it's making me consider this, knight e4, hitting the queen, but giving away this tempo, check. So then king h1, but I'm still hitting the queen. It's getting pretty tricky. Because the queen will need to move then. Something like queen f5 will be losing the queen to this discovery check. So that doesn't work. So discovery checks on the queen are tricky. So this isn't a square that's available. This one as well then. Maybe this or that. I don't know. Let's see if he can find anything decent. Let's see if he can find anything decent over here. Okay. Also, I can be silly after this check, and if he finds a good square for the queen, I can always just fork this knight and bishop. But I think I can be happy with the fact that I've opened up the e-file. So it might feel like a bit of a loss that this nice looking fork, which was encouraged by my f4 move, the whole plan, that kind of failed, but at least the e-file is open, which is also a great asset, especially because this king is in the center. far away from this h8 square, where if it was on h8, it would be a whole different situation. Okay, this is what he went for immediately, leaving his bishop out of the nonsense. It's making me want to play something like this. Or queen h5, something that's going to keep the king boxed in. I don't have too many of those options anymore. I can recapture the piece, then rook takes and queen takes, I guess. Don't know if knight takes is something I need to worry about. It just feels like a blunder. Because still there's a pawn here, the king is still kind of far away from running away. I think let's go for this line. Let me just not be down too much material. Definitely queen takes instead of king takes. I don't think there's a choice between those two. Now, if my queen could magically go to this square, it would also be game over. But he might start running away. I think that was the point. No funny checks just yet by the queen. The king runs. I might have time to play bishop g5, which is also a great tempo move. Because there's no check or anything funny. Yeah, this king is just in a very bad spot. And you know what would really surprise me if he decided to go for this pawn. It might be kind of playable. These squares are covered by the knight for now. So maybe I should just start by kicking away this knight, trading off this one, and then trying to play queen to f4. Either case, I'm up a pawn somehow. Started by giving away a piece. Now I'm playing against the king that's on e6. Terrible knights. Queen that's doing not much, and my pieces are going to be developing really quickly. He spots that tempo idea. Okay. So just now, instead of my queen was on g4, it would be tickets for him. So something like knight e6, knight d6 is cool because it's threatening queen f4. But he can just start running his king. That's his next objective. By the way, these squares aren't actually being covered at the moment. I need to remember that. So maybe I should just play bishop here. It's pretty sassy, as it's trying to get into this square. While my bishop was kind of eyeing this one earlier on. It's now looking at the opposite square, and all of my ideas, everything tactically so far, I think have been underlined by the fact that this knight is just pinned and the king is in the center. So while things might not seem too obvious because of, I don't know, this knight in the center that makes you think black might be active, it's been pinned the whole game long. So knight takes and knight check should be game over. Because there's no great square for the king. I didn't even calculate this. Maybe if he goes towards the center. I'm just not buying it. I'm sure there must be a way. A king so close to home will be run down. I've no doubt about it. Oh, starts running immediately. So this kind of makes my move worth it, because now I get to play knight check just doesn't seem too great anymore. Maybe I should just start with bishop here, or maybe queen here. Queen check, king here though. So let's start with bishop here. Because the thing is, my queen can also enter via f7. So if this queen moves too far away, then f7's coming. Also, if queen to e6, I'm just winning a piece at least with bishop takes. So if queen e6, then bishop takes, I think, kind of wins. Because you can't go knight takes because of this check, forking the king and queen. Also, the knight can simply just not move. So I can go for that, or I could be more aggressive. Since this bishop's not going anywhere, the rook is also not going anywhere. So if the queen moves, that's actually the only active piece. So trying to mate over here would be clever. Also, I could just move bishop to d6 to try and get this fork in. I don't know. Bishop d6. So many nice ideas. I think just going for the piece is simple. Bishop takes. If he goes for the pawn, then this check I didn't calculate but must work. Okay. Wow, okay, but now my rook's also joining the game, and I mean, there must probably be a million reasons why this is game over. But if I miss them all, it's on me. So I can go for this. Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, and if the queen takes, take this knight with check. The king can go here. Why am I even going so deep into a line that looks so miserable? I can also play rook takes immediately. If pawn takes, which I think is forced, then bishop b4 check. There are only two squares for the king, this one and this one. If king e7, then I've got queen check. I think I'm just going to play the rook move. It works. At the end of the day, I might be giving too much material back for a queen. I'm winning the queen. So if pawn takes, then bishop check, king here. I could also just go queen takes, so I can go bishop check on d6, forcing this trades, and after king takes, I've got this check down here. The king is also still boxed in, and I can maybe wiggle some more material with the bishop and queen. I think I'll play this. I'm not really up so much that much material after all of this, but let's go for it. Or I should just kick the king away and go bishop takes. No, I don't think so. Oh, he's gonna get flagged. He's gonna blame it on the clock. He's gonna blame it on the clock. Oh, come on, make a move. I want to see how this ends. Oh, there we go. 5 seconds increment. That's quite a lot, right? So this is just the idea. Check. And king here. I wonder if there's like a cool mating idea. Oh, here is nice. Is he gonna play another one? I don't think so. In any case, I just want to see this ending. I think it's pretty bad. That's why he resigned. Okay, so oh, the computer likes just bishop takes e7 because I'm threatening this mate. So queen check. It says knight f2 because then oh, that's just so strong. That's why the computer is just such a beast. In any case, I was just thinking this check. It's not that strong, but you need to play queen takes. Oh, and is this how I'm getting the? Oh, I'm just playing what? What am I playing? A queen versus a knight and a rook, and lots of pawns. So I was gonna go for this. Maybe this was still playable for him. I would have tried this maybe. I don't know. Any case, a fun game, and thanks Ireon for playing. Thus concludes my Wednesday night rapid game. Oh, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't done so to keep on watching this channel. Okay, cool.